Hello everyone, today I am here to do a challenge video. Today I'm doing the Do You Have That Other Book challenge, because a while ago I think a lot of us, me included, did this challenge called Do You Have That Book Challenge, where you had a whole bunch of questions like, do you have a book with a rose on the cover? Things like that. So they have a brand new one. I believe that Keeping Tabs created the original one, and then Current Chapter created the new one. I'm not sure. Either way, I'll link everything I know down below, including their creator as well as the questions. I know a lot of people do these timed, but I don't do that because I got enough stress in my life anyway, so we're just gonna roll with it. I'll try to go as fast as I can without timing myself. I did not look at the questions in advance for these, so we're gonna go. I should have probably stood up for this video. Oh well. Okay, let's do this. Question number 1. Do you have a book with a fox on the cover or part of the plot? I don't know about part of the plot, but for fox, I'm going to have to probably go to my fantasy shelf for that one. Aha! Wow, I'm proud of myself. The Language of Thorns. Right here is a fox. I think it's a fox. We're just going to call it a fox and be good with it. Next question. Do you have a book that was published the year you were born or within a 3-year radius? Probably not. I was born in 1988. I don't even know if I want to attempt this, honestly. Like, I have The Hobbit. Don't think that was published in the 80s. Probably not, obviously. I don't know if I have, like, any 90s books. I probably do, and I can't just think of one. When were you... No, Agatha Christie was not published in the 90s. I'm going to skip this because I just don't think it's feasible for me. Is that cheating? Probably. Do you have a book with music as a weapon or magic? Yes, I do. Song by Victoria Schwab. This whole book is about monsters, and one of the characters, August, uses his violin to, like, lure kind of monsters out and, like, get their soul from it, I believe. It's definitely a big part of this book and is used, like, of a weapon as well. I'm doing decent. I'm doing decent. A series with mismatched covers. Probably. You know what, though? I don't know. I'm actually pretty decent about that. Let me look at my series over here. Mismatched covers. Mismatched covers. No, I thought for sure that series would be. Okay, so I have here the Carry On series. And yes, they do match. But I bought Carry On, the first one, and I just bought the regular cover. And then when the second one, Wayward Son, came out, who published this? Wednesday Books did like a thing where if you just submit something online, you can get the new dust jacket for Carry On to match. So technically, these aren't matching covers or matching series. Not at least how I bought them. I'm just stretching this to fit my answer, so cheating. What else is new? Do you have a book with a shapeshifter? Probably. A shapeshifter. Ooh, this is going to be like stupid obvious, and I can't think of one right now off the bat. Shapeshifter, shapeshifter. You know, I don't know for this one. I mean, there's the Raven Boys. I guess no. Ember and the Ashes just kind of have like shapeshifters in them, so we'll go with that one, sure. Do you have a book signed by the author? Yes, actually. I have lots, which I'm so grateful for. A lot of them are Alcrate covers. It's signed as well. Carry On, is it signed? Yes, because I think somebody sent me this kindly. Carry On signed. I have that one signed. I think the Savage Song may also be signed. It has a sticker on it that's signed. I have lots that are signed because Alcrate usually does their boxes with it signed, so that's really awesome. I do, The Sun Is Also a Star is signed too. I actually got that signed in person by Nicola Yoon one year at Y'all Fest, so that's really cool. A book with a mostly red cover. Yes, I do. I have lots of books with mostly red covers on them, I think. She says that she can't find a single one at this drop of a hat. Oh. I mean, would you count this as like mostly red? It's kind of like orangish red. I would count that, right? No. Here, I have a better one. That's just really straight up red. Vicious by V. Schwab. It's pretty much red. Do you have a book between 287 and 306 pages? What? Oh my gosh. Let's just go the books I have right in front of me. 286. 286. You have freaking page numbers on you. How am I supposed to know? 307, I think. So it's gotta be small. A smallish book. No, not that one. Okay, let me find a smallish book. I do have smallish books, right? What was it? 287? Oh, I think I don't have one. No, this is gonna be too short. Oh! I'll let this one. 287. Is this real life? This is where I'll be at for the next year, folks. Right here looking for this. Either get ones that are too small or too large. Come on, Agatha. No! Easy Drake, maybe? This one looks pretty small, though. Just be a nice 300 pages for me. Aha! Yes! This book is exactly 289 pages. What was the threshold? 287? Thank you, Evie Drake Starts Over, which is coincidentally a book that I love. Check it out. A book with a main character who wears glasses. Yeah, yes. Oh, you think yes, right? You're like, yeah, I've read Harry Potter. There you go. But then you can't think of like one right off the bat. I want to say Well Met by Jen DeLuca. Simon wears glasses in that book. Cass from maybe Fangirl wears glasses. Who else? Honestly, I'm not trying super hard. Do you have a book with a title that has the same number of letters as your first name? Oh gosh. Heather. Heather. 7 letters. Let's look that up. Oh, this is going to be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to... This one, it might be just a straight up no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I need a 7, people. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes! Obsidio by Amy Kaufman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes! I was not sure I would find one. I have a book with cybercrime / technology as a plot point. Oh my gosh, I swear I'm not planning this. I mean, this whole series is got a lot to do with technology because it's about like an AI system that kind of just decides to do whatever it wants, takes place in space, and yeah, that one I guess you could say cybercrime. I can't think of another one that's like really cybercrime. I have a book written in another language or translated to English. Yes, I have lots actually. So take any Fredrik Backman book. He originally writes in Swedish because he's a Swedish author and they're translated from Swedish. So the one I'm going to recommend that I always say is my favorite. Oh my gosh, it is right here. It is Beartown. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I have a whole video on Fredrik Backman, but those are the ones that I can think of that I know for sure are translated. Do you have a book written by an Asian author? Yes, I do. I have lots. Here it is. Girl Gone Viral, written by Alicia Rye. Also, The Unraveling of Cassidy Holmes by Alyssa Rohr Sloan. Celeste Ng, Every Little Fires Ever by Celeste Ng. And those are just a few that are right here on my shelf that I can see. Is there any other ones right here? Do you have a book with a moon on the cover? Yes, I do. Winterwood by Shea Earnshaw. There you go. You got 2 moons. You got 4 moons. 5 moons. It's got a lot of moons. Crescent moons. Didn't say what type of moon it had to be. Do you have an illustrated children's book? Do I? Children's book. Yes, I do. I have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It's illustrated, right? Yeah, it's got illustrations in it. I've yet to read it. Moving on. Do you have a collection of fairy tales or myths? Fairy tales? Could this be Language of Thorns? It's like a book of midnight tales and dangerous magic, but I don't know if it's like fairy tales or myths, so and I have Alice in Wonderland. And I know that's all I got, so those 2, I don't know. Do you have a sci-fi fantasy with an alliance between races? I think probably. In Ember in the Ashes, maybe, we have different classes of people, different races as well. And I really love, oh my gosh, the 4th and final book of the series is coming out in 2 months. Oh, I'm so excited, but so nervous about it. Do you have a book with a narrow front cover? What does that mean? Paperback with the front cover that is slightly trimmed, shorter, narrower than the rest of the book. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. So, it's like almost like a step back, which they call those historical romance books. I don't know if I do, honestly. I'm trying to think about it. I don't know if I've ever actually had one, to think of it now. So no, I don't think I have that. Like, you know how you can look at your books and just know? I'm looking at them and I just know. Not unless I'm just so blatantly stupid, which could be a big option. Do you have a book that includes the first chapter of the sequel? Ooh, that's a good question. Do I have a book for the first chapter of the sequel? I think I do. Crave, I remember reading this somewhat recently, and it had... No, maybe not that one. Let's see. So, Ember in the Ashes. So, I was just looking and it says, turn the page for a preview of the astonishing sequel. And the reason why it took me so long to find one is because usually when I get a hardback book, it's the first book in the series. That doesn't make any sense. But when it gets to be published in paperback, that's oftentimes where you're going to find turn to see the page of a sequel, because by that time, sometimes the paperback copy doesn't come out till after the sequels come out or something like that. So I'm guessing that's why. Either way, I found it, so I'm happy. And the last question is, do you have a book with a broken spine? Do I ever? So I've said a lot. I have all my old Harry Potter books and they're beat up, as you can see. I've taped it. So the spine is broken. Let me see if I can tell. If you can tell. There it is. You can clearly tell. The spine is like donezo. So, you know, usually a book's supposed to be stayed to this, but this one's not. So this is probably like actually one of my better ones too. Like, I can legit see the cardboard that's keeping the whole book together. I'll never get rid of it though. Bonus question. Do you have a book that covers 3 or more of the prompts above? I'm not going to answer that because that's too much work and I'm lazy. So yeah, that was the do you have that other book challenge, which is actually really fun to do. What's never fun about these challenges videos is the mass quantities of books I have in front of me that I have to clean up, which I'm not looking forward to one single bit. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you for watching. I'm sure you're answering questions below about which ones I did not pick and that I should have picked, and keep on doing that. Thanks for watching. Bye.